Hoi, what's up guys, and welcome to a new couch talking video, and this time I would like to talk about my SARMs experience. Why I took them, how it was, and why I stopped taking them. So it all started after 2017, where I started my first lean bulk, and that lean bulk went pretty good. I've gained a lot of muscle without fat. I was really happy with my progress and therefore with life. But then I started my first job as a cook, and I worked over 50 hours a week. I didn't have enough time for my workouts and it was a lot of stress. I've gained fat and lost, of course, a little bit of muscle mass. I also got really insecure because of the stress and the bad diet. I've developed acne. You all see it in my transformation video for those who watched it. And after that period I decided to do a cut for summer because I wanted to get rid of the fat and to gain back my strength and muscle. So I thought it would be a good idea to take SARMs to support my diet, and I did a little bit of research on the internet, and in this time, so it was spring 2018, and there the whole SARMs hype was at a peak, I believe. And yeah, I've read a lot of good things about it, especially the producers were pretty confident that there weren't any side effects, and so I decided to buy them. I bought some Ostarine, so that's MK-2866, and some Cardarine. I think that's LGD 4033. But I never took that. I only took Ostarine because my plan was to do a 8-week long cycle of Ostarine to support my cut, and that in spring so that I would be ready for summer. And then I've planned to do a lean bulk with the support of Cardarine, because Ostarine supports more a diet because it boosts your metabolism and therefore it's supporting your fat loss, and it also dries out water out of your body so you look cleaner, and Cardarine really helps you grow strength and therefore muscle mass. So I did my research and started my first Ostarine cycle after I've quit my job, and started another one where I had more time for my workouts and more time to focus on fitness. So on my first day of taking Ostarine, I realized throughout the day that I had a muscle pump without doing anything. So I was just sitting and I realized that I have a pump in my biceps, and the arm looked bigger, and it was really a good feeling. It gave me some confidence, especially after that period where I needed that, and it felt amazing. I felt really good, and I also realized that I had more strength in my first workout, and I was also able to do more volume and train with a higher intensity. So I think the first 2 or 3 days were pretty good, so everything went according to plan. And then I started to wake up one day and I realized that I had a heavy chest and a little pain in my chest. So breathing was harder and it was really weird. I never had this before. And that's funny because I think it was all in the first week of my new job in a factory. And on this specific day I also had a visit with a doctor because I started my new work and therefore I had to do a medical check. So we were doing a breathing test to check the condition of my lungs, and there he couldn't believe that I'm not a smoker. I mean, I never smoked regularly, a few times when going out, but nothing serious. And the condition of my lungs was not good. Sure, I wasn't always the best in terms of endurance and stuff like that, but that was pretty weird because, like I said, he couldn't believe that I'm not a regular smoker. So after that I was a little concerned because I didn't know if that because of the Ostarine I was taking, or if it wouldn't make a difference if I would not be taking Ostarine. But I became a little anxious about that, but I decided to stick to my plan with my SARM cycle. But 1 or 2 days later I realized during my workout that I felt my nipples aching. So a feeling I have never had before. And I was wearing a bright t-shirt, and in the mirror I saw that my nipples were bigger as normal. And then in the locker room I realized that my nipples were bigger as normal and I had gyno. I have some slight gyno naturally, so when I'm holding more body fat you see it more, and when I'm leaner you see it less. But when the light or the sun is shining on my nipples or chest, you realize that I have a slight case of gyno, as you have seen in my pull workout video. When I was doing bicep curls, you saw it that I had gyno. But after realizing that I'm developing gyno, I was really afraid and I stopped my cycle immediately. I said to myself, "Fuck that, I'm not continuing doing that," and I just wanted to get rid of the gyno. Plus, another thing that I've developed, I had a big spot here, and it was strange because that spot was also really hurting and it went bigger and bigger, so no way I was continue doing this. It only made everything worse. I got even more insecure and I just wanted to stop this. So to get rid of the gyno, I did a little research and realized that I probably had some higher estrogen levels, and I probably have them naturally. So I have natural high estrogen, and because of that, if I'm taking something like SARMs, it outbalances my testosterone with the estrogen. So I took some aromatase inhibitors because they are balancing out that imbalance, if that makes sense. I'm not an expert in this field, but that's just what I've read. And so therefore I was taking tamoxifen and exemestane, so these two are pretty famous, and I got rid of the gyno pretty quickly. So I was happy about that. And after that I've said to myself, I will never take SARMs again. So that was my SARMs story. I hope it helped you a little bit if you are thinking about taking SARMs. And what I honestly think is that most of the people probably won't have some side effects, but some people like me have, if they're naturally prone to gyno or something like that. And I think it's not worth the risk if you're taking something, and like I've said before, my knowledge isn't big in that field and I don't want to give any advice or something, but I think the better way is, if you want to take something, it's a little dosage of testosterone, because there's way more research behind it. SARMs is still relatively new. I don't know how the research is today, but back in 2018 there wasn't a lot of information about it, especially long term. And I think you're much safer if you take something like testosterone, because there's years of research behind it and you know what you take and you know the side effects of it. But anyways, that's everything I think I had to share about this topic. And if you have some questions, please comment it down below and hit the like button if you liked the video. And I think we will see us in the next one. So goodbye for now. Vielen Dank.